It's a great question. The reason it will work is we've done a lot of research, all the research, frankly, into every plant that's been built in the last 40 years. And there's always a couple that stand out that weren't successful. There's a lot of reasons for that. Most of it is they weren't properly located, not a great location, didn't have the employee base needed to run such plants, didn't have the right design, and didn't have the capital. But it all really comes down to location, location, location. If you don't put a plant in the right space, you will never have employees. You can't, you won't have the right amount of cattle. You won't have, it's hard to design properly. You won't have the right capital if it's not in the right spot. You won't have your shipping lanes. So where we've located is a very key component to us. We're central, right outside of Council Bluffs, which is right outside of Omaha. We have 1 million+ population to draw employees out of, so we're very comfortable there. We've designed the plant to be very employee-centric to make sure that we can maintain long-term relationships with families that will work at the plant, with our families, by the way, that will work at the plant and produce. Also, when you look at a very broad picture of all the new plants ever built in the United States in the last 40 years, almost all of them are wildly successful. Unfortunately, we as producers like to focus on a couple that didn't make it and don't want to look at the 25 to 30 that have made it and been very successful. When done properly, it needs to have the right location, the right employee base, the right capital, the right design, and when you put those four together, every single model is very successful. And we have put those together. We've put the time and energy in. When we talk about numbers, none of these numbers are ours. They're not my numbers. I didn't put any numbers together off of a hunch. We hired long-term professionals in the industry to put our numbers together to make sure that they bore out that they were accurate. The very first thing we did was put a lot of time and energy into putting documents together to show pro forma, to show the business model, to see if the numbers worked. They do. They work very well when you combine those four important keys to making success. So the reason Cattlemen's Heritage will be successful, we're in the right location, we have a brilliant design, we are partnered with long-term industry experts, and we're also leaning heavily on the producer. The model will tie back to the family farm, and I firmly believe that with the producer-driven model, with the right location, with the right industry experts, it will be wildly successful.